What is going on, everyone? It's your guy, Cole Jackson, back here in the Russell Street Report film room where we are going to be diving into the Baltimore Ravens game-winning drive. How did Lamar Jackson get it done? If you guys are excited for more film, hit the like button and subscribe. If you guys are new here, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you want to see something more. And let's get right into it. Lamar Jackson did not have his greatest game. He threw that. I actually thought he was playing well. He threw that pick, and then it all kind of went haywire for about a quarter and a half, and then he started to kind of settle in. But when when he needed to put a drive together and drive for the win, he did that. And you can see the numbers here. This was on the final drive. Lamar was 2 for 2 for 15 yards. EPA, expected points added, of 0.62. Then he goes 3 carries for 26 yards. Kenyon Drake also had a carry, and they had 5 yards in penalty yardage as well. So, when Lamar was needed to make a big play, drive down, win the game, division rival, division matchup, huge playoff implications. Just win, baby. Let's go dive into the film and see how he did it.
Drive with 1:58. It's 1st and 10 on the Baltimore 25, and we are going to start with a pass to Mark Andrews. I'll run it through, and then we'll break down the play. You're going to see a nice little out route here, or not even an out route, flat with basically a screen with some blocks set to pick up a nice 7 yards. The conditions pre-snap are actually really nice for a screen. I wonder if it was a check that Lamar checked into. Hard to know, but things set up really well. You have this is basically what the Miami Dolphins did. I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 7 at the line of scrimmage. They're playing man matchup here on the spread look. They're out here in 11 personnel, but they have running back in. I think it's Kenyon Drake, and then they have Andrews out here in the slot. So they're in an empty look, and the Bengals end up bringing. How many did they bring? So they bring pretty much the house. The house comes. One guy goes out on Drake, and so that creates the numbers matchup. So you can obviously set these up really well with these blocks. And if you create the leverage, you're going to create a nice little seam for Mark Andrews to make a guy miss. Now, the blocks, the guy I'd focus on here is 21, because despite a 7-yard gain, this is a pretty good defensive play. Watch him break on the ball. He recognizes it, right? He's about 3 yards ahead of the other two, and they start at about the same depth pre-snap. So he read the play. I think based on leverage here, the idea was Duvernay was going to set sideline leverage, and Prochet was trying to get inside. So you got one doing outside, one doing inside. He'd take this essentially between the two of them, try and make someone miss. 21 comes in, breaks that plan, but Andrews runs hard, ends up actually bowling him over. You can see him laying on the ground right now. So a hard run, gain of 7. Just a good play, good first play. And really, I think the most important thing is just this is that cover 0 look, and the Ravens answer with a well-executed screen, quick ball out, no pressure. Just a good way of starting this drive. So now we're 1st and 3, Baltimore 32, and we're going to get a nice little quick pass. Looks like the Bengals are in. I'm assuming this is cover 4. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it looked like to me. Jermaine Pratt with some. He ends up getting pulled. You're going to get, I believe it's Duvernay up here. Duvernay is going to run a quick out, and then Mark Andrews just curls. And you can see Pratt right here getting pulled out to where Duvernay is going. And so that just creates a really easy pitch and catch there. The Bengals only bring 4, but Lamar just gets the ball out. Really good pass, just right there beyond the sticks. Mark Andrews is going to do some hard running again, run through the tackles. He ends up gaining 8 on this play. So just a good run. This is the 1st and 10 play on the Baltimore 40. I think it results in the too many men on the field as well, but you're going to see the Bengals right side, defensive tackle, defensive end run a little line game, and that's what results in the Lamar Jackson scramble. So you can see them right there. I'll run it through. You guys want me to run these through, so I'll run it through and then come back and break it down. You can see it for yourselves. 92 makes a play. Lamar escapes. He ends up taking that for 5 yards, so on 1st down, not a bad play. Ideally, you'd like to see the right side of the line pick this up a little bit better. But you're going to get A knife here from 92 is going to come down and set the pick, and then you're going to get a loop. And Zeitler picks it up pretty well. See him get across, get that outside hand in. Moses wasn't prepared at all. This is the last thing you want to see is the defensive tackle that just crashed, pushing and then heading towards Lamar. But Lamar, being who Lamar Jackson is able to escape that. So when he comes down, Moses has to be more prepared. Get that foot inside. He needs to do a cutoff here, and you see he's just too far outside. This is the worst leverage you could possibly have on this play, and Zeitler has to leave to pick up the looper. So anyway, Lamar escapes. They end up with a too many men on the field. I think it was Logan Wilson. So now we're in a situation of we're 1st and 5 on the Baltimore 45, 1:10 to go. I believe Baltimore still had all 3 timeouts at this point. So, I mean, we're almost in Justin Tucker range, and we're 1st and 10. We're sitting pretty. Or we're 1st and 5, sorry. We're sitting pretty right now. And the Ravens come out with a ballsy call. So you can see they're empty in this. They have no tight end in. They were in a spread look. And the Bengals are once again showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the Ravens, I'll play it through, then we'll come back and break it down. The Ravens run an inverted veer, and Lamar Jackson takes it for 19 yards, doing what just Lamar Jackson does. So this is inverted veer or power read. You're going to get, it runs pretty similar to what you see from a power play. So you're going to get down blocks from the right side of the line. You're going to get the left guard pulling. And then what Drake's doing here, because it's an option, right? So Drake's going this way, and it's called an inverted veer because typically the running back has the dive and Lamar Jackson would have the sweep. It's just inverted. So Kenyon Drake's running the sweep, and then Lamar Jackson has the dive if he keeps it. So as he's reading this defensive end. He thinks he's too wide on him. And I actually thought Sam Hubbard played this pretty well. Like, he's in a position here. This is almost TJ Wattish where he's able to eat it up and really force your hand. But Lamar is just like, this is what Lamar does to guys, right? He doesn't have the athleticism of a TJ Watt. So Lamar keeps it. And the guy that really made this play, well, 2 guys really, Morgan Moses and Ben Powers. So Ben Powers is coming on the pull. And it helped. This is actually the same type of coverage that the Miami Dolphins ran. So they are going to bail out 3 defenders into zone. So they show 7, but they bring 4. And so Hubbard comes up field as the read man. That leaves Powers to have to go in space here. Moses is going to bang down on his man with Linderbaum and then climb level 2 to Logan Wilson. So when Lamar keeps it, Moses has to just play outside leverage here. He sets well. Powers just has to kick on 59, which I believe is Akeem Gaither-Davis. And Powers gets enough juice on him. See Morgan Moses with the nice outside leverage seal. That's perfect. Morgan Moses knocks his man to the ground. Lamar cuts it back inside. Isaiah Likely also makes a nice block. Duvernay's on the outside making a nice block. And actually, I think Lamar trips over Duvernay. So, yeah, he does. So this is a bigger gain if Lamar can keep going. But, we're set up well now. We're well inside Justin Tucker range. It's 1st and 10, 56 seconds left on the Cincinnati 36. That'd be a 53-yard field goal. The Ravens want to keep running the clock down, leave no time on the clock, and they're just going to run the ball. They're going to run here with Kenyon Drake. Again, I'll play it, and then we'll break it down. And it's looks like that counter read type play. Might just be power, though. Yeah, it looks like just a normal power. You got Kevin Zeitler pulling there. Ben Powers doesn't really win his block on the big man. That's that guy that's filling in for DJ Reader. He's head up as a two tech here. Watch him shed Powers. That's a tough block to make single. Powers actually has ideal leverage, and he just gets him back inside here. Watch, right there. He just sheds him. So that's where Powers has to do more at the point of attack. Ricard also misses. He's on the kick-out block here on 57, and he just sets. You can see his head on the outside. You want that head on the inside here to maintain leverage. 57's able to make a bit of a play on him too. So still gain of 4 yards, not an unsuccessful play. And then what do the Ravens do here? This really impressed me. They go back-to-back the exact same play. So we're 2nd and 6 on the Cincy 32. This was 52 seconds left, so I think Cincy used a timeout. You're going to get the inverted veer again, or power read. So there's Powers pulling. There's Kenyon Drake on the option. Lamar is going to keep it. And just really good work here by Zeitler. Ideally, I think Morgan Moses came off his block too early. I think he starts to climb level 2. So still goes for a gain of 4. Not a huge deal, but I think, could have been blocked up a little bit better. Linderbaum also got shed a little bit by the same guy that's replacing DJ Reader. Then we're going to get an inverted veer again. Calls Drake in, and there's the exact same play to the opposite side. And Lamar just says, I'm going to keep this one. I'll play it for you guys. Lamar does what Lamar does and just gets enough. That's a first thing.
And I mean, it's automatic. You don't even have to worry anymore when you watch Justin Tucker kick a field goal. It's going in most of the time. But that's how it looked. Lamar Jackson, I thought, bounced back. He came up clutch when he needed to. There's no doubt the offense hasn't been humming the last 2 weeks. Much different than the first 2 weeks, ironically enough. The defense has counter-flipped, and they've played pretty well the last 2 weeks. So once this team starts clicking, but the key thing is Lamar Jackson making plays with his arm and his legs in crunch time on a big drive, leading them down the field, not just to win the game, but, coming from behind. It counts as a fourth quarter comeback. And they get in the field goal range enough just to get it done. So there it is. That's why Lamar Jackson is going to continue to be an MVP candidate. That's all I have for you guys. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Peace out, everyone.